Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be an energy check-in love reading for my dearest Pisces. Pisces, we're going to take a look at the person most on your mind or your current situation. And if these messages resonate with you, I am going to ask that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And just a friendly reminder, I am available for private readings. So if you're after one, I have those links down below in the description box. All right, let's get started. Let's see what clear messages, advice, and guidance come through for my lovely Pisces, please. All right, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse, your energy. Okay, so I'm not saying you feel a little bit defeated, but you may have been experiencing, I don't know, feeling like things maybe aren't necessarily going your way. Okay, your person, the Devil in reverse, Capricorn energy. They're viewing you as the Knave of Wands. Their true intentions or what's going on behind the scenes, we have the King of Cups in reverse and we have the Three of Swords, okay? And we have the Queen of Wands. Pisces, I feel like you're really in your power. Now, some of you might have fire in your chart, Aries, Leo, or Sag, but I also feel like there's a really magnetic and seductive quality about you right now. And you might be recognizing that you are getting a lot of attention. Okay, but some of you might feel like you're not quite getting the attention from the people you deserve or the person that you want. I feel like you're sensing that there's a lack of victory here with this person. Okay, like whether it's just been fighting and arguing, or you feel like, I don't know, like they're kind of ignoring you, or just things haven't quite gone the way that you wanted them to. But I also feel like the flip side is like you're getting a lot of attention, but I'm almost feeling like you're not even all that interested in those other options here. All right, so yeah, there's definitely, you've been experiencing some sort of loss. I feel like you are in or have what you thought was a Two of Cups situation, a soulmate contract, a relationship with someone that you really care about, you love, but you're also looking at these Three Cups that have spilled, like it hasn't brought the happiness and joy that it once did or that you really wanted. Maybe there was some sort of third-party interference here. All right, and you're viewing your person as the Hierophant in reverse. So this could be somebody who you feel has been a bit stingy with you, with time, energy, love, money, things like that. It definitely feels like there's been a breakup here, or you're contemplating, if this connection's going to move into union, or, if this connection's going to continue. Now, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, and we have the Devil in reverse. So your person might be in the process of kind of cleaning up their side of the street, kicking bad habits. But it can also be an energy of pessimism and being quite stubborn. Okay, so we see, and some of you, this person, you might be dealing with an addict here, or someone who has an addictive personality or bad habits. Now, it doesn't have to be, drinking or drugs or sex, but it certainly could be with the Devil and Temperance energy showing up, something along those lines. And maybe that's what you're realizing, that there's no victory here within this situation until this person cleans up their act, is kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, Devil energy, Capricorn energy, but I feel this person is a slave to something that might be just bigger than this relationship. It does feel like you've got someone here, Pisces, who's battling their inner demons. They're viewing you as the Knave of Wands, so I do feel like this person feels like you would take a chance with them, but I kind of feel too you've kind of given this person a lot of chances, is what I'm getting. And with the Five of Swords in reverse, they do want to heal things with you. They do want to move things forward with you. I think this person's seeing that you're multifaceted, you handle a lot, that you're moving forward with your life. But I kind of feel like they want to be on this journey with you. But their true intentions here, we have the King of Cups in reverse. I almost feel like this person's cup is empty. All right, I was going to say Capricorn, but I'm looking at all this Capricorn, Sag energy. Some of you, this person, behind the scenes, they still struggle with bad habits, addictive thoughts, patterns, behaviors, and some of you, it really is something like drugs or alcohol or something along those lines. The King of Cups in reverse tells me this person still has a lot of shadow work to do. They don't want you to leave them behind, but their cup is empty, so it's almost like they don't have that much to offer you at this point in time. There could be third-party involvement here. But I also feel like this person, this could be somebody who's very creative, but they're currently experiencing a lot of creative blockages. With the Lovers in reverse, I feel like this person's habits or routines also keep them from staying on a path or staying focused. And Magician energy in reverse. And I also think it makes them tricky. It makes them manipulative. So, I mean, for some of my Pisces here, we are straight up reading for someone that you're dealing with that has addiction, okay, that really needs to be healed, that someone that you may very much so love. And maybe for some of my Pisces, this isn't even a love reading, like a romantic reading. It could be a family member or a friend. But I feel like behind the scenes, this person, again, whether it's sex, drugs, alcohol, or something else, this person isn't honest with themselves, and they're therefore not honest with the people around you, around them. And so with the Three of Swords here, I feel like this is a very heartbreaking situation, but I do feel like Spirit's saying with the Wheel of Fortune, it is time to move forward and to move on with a very heavy heart, and you're going to have to be strong, Pisces. With this Emperor energy, you're going to have to step into Emperor energy and move forward, even if it's with a very heavy heart, because the World card tells me that this is a cycle that now needs to be closed out. And I can see that you're resistant to it, or you have been resistant to it, because most likely you love this person, okay? But I'm seeing really bad behavior here, and I'm seeing also just some, like even some self-loathing on their part, which leads them to be quite irresponsible and not take care of themselves. So let's see, what else do we need to know about this person here for Pisces? Very heavy reading. Okay, you and them are a perfect match to a degree, okay? Or at some point in time you were. They still feel like you're a perfect match. This person may be very supportive of you at times, but then I feel like whatever this shadow energy is, whatever this heaviness is that they deal with, makes them very self-absorbed. They get that one-track mind energy and or perspective, and we see opposites. Yeah, you and this person may be very different. There might be a lot of passion here. I do feel like at times they're very supportive of you until whatever these bad habits are that take over. Okay, and so I can see why this is really a difficult connection, or it has been difficult for you to leave behind, because when they're good, when they're on, they're great and they're really on. But again, it doesn't feel like it's sustainable energy, and that it probably comes in bursts here. All right, Pisces, so let's see what else we need to know about this person. Yeah, some of you, this person likes you, this romance is blooming, they're fun, they're flirty, they want to date. So some of you, maybe it hasn't been a long-term connection, but you're starting to notice that like there's something a little bit off here about their patterns and behaviors. We see this person needs to take some time to heal. Yeah, because I do feel like Pisces, this is somebody who's in a very unhealed energy, and it causes them to kind of focus out, or they don't really want to focus on the behaviors and patterns that really need to shift and change for them. Now, I do think this person's going to be reaching out. They do want to talk. I'm not sure if my Pisces are even open to that anymore. I do see that you need to have strong boundaries with this person. So I do feel like that's something that you really, really, really need to take into consideration if talking to this person, if dealing with this person makes any sense for you anymore. For a lot of you, it might, if this is like a child, or this is, your child, or this is a friend, or what have you. But you do really have to protect your energy. And I feel like Spirit's saying with the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune, it's time to set boundaries. It's time to move forward. You have to really focus on you, because I'm seeing really, really, really detrimental behavior coming through with this person, even if there's a lot of love here, Pisces, okay? So let's see what Spirit's advice and guidance is. Okay, fear. Some of you, you do have fears for this person's health or their safety. Or you fear what's going to happen, if you two are not together. But again, you cannot let fear and you cannot let empathy keep you stuck, Pisces, okay? and we have protection. There's a need for you to protect your energy, not necessarily because this person, I don't pick up on them necessarily being violent or anything like that. Of course, you do know what's happened between the two of you, but I feel like the time has come where you've got to put yourself first, and that's the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, even if it's with a very heavy heart, and there's this realization. And some of you with this realization, it's like you're ready to unlock a different life, a different relationship, a different version of yourself. And I do kind of feel like this is a connection that's been keeping you stuck. I also feel with the realization here as well is like you cannot love someone into a healthy state. Okay, you cannot fix someone. And a lot of my Pisces, I feel like you've been in that energy with this person trying to love them or fix them. And it's really, the realization has to be that they're the ones that need to want it. Okay, like you can be supportive of them, you can hold space for them, but they have to be the ones that really want to make the change. Okay, and I feel like Spirit's saying it's really important now, Pisces, that you focus on finding balance and harmony within your own life. Okay, and again, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to cut this person off, okay, completely. I mean, I think you already know what you need to do, but you do need to have strong boundaries here, and you do need to focus on you, and you need to focus on your life and finding balance. All right, so I'm going to leave it here. It's a pretty heavy read. Sending you love and light. Take care.